Hey SmartPak fans, I'm Jessica from marketing, and today I'm going to share with you what's in my grooming tote. I have a 7-year-old Lippet Morgan gelding named Sawyer, and if you want to check out my journey about how I ended up with a Lippet Morgan, we'll link to my blog below. In a nutshell, Lippets are the true old type Morgan, so he's a little tank, he's very athletic and a lot of fun. So at this point in my life, I can't imagine having any other breed. So we'll jump right into it. This is obviously my very well-loved grooming tote. This is the Rockin' SP Arena bag. I really like this bag because it has a mesh bottom, so all the dirt and hair falls through and it doesn't get as gross as you use it day to day. It's also nice that you can customize the bag with our embroidery options. So let's see, first things first. Never leave home without your Hilton Herbals, especially if you have an easy keeper. These are my treats of choice because they have healthy natural ingredients and no added sugar. I also love that they're small, they fit in your pocket, and they're really hard so they don't crumble and fall apart. I'm a big fan of not adding any extra sugar to your horse's diet, so I really recommend these. And horses love them. Let's see. Next. Ooh, this is a little bit of a sneak peek at the brand new packaging for the Canter Silk Mane and Tail Conditioner. I'm a huge fan of Canter Silk. Shoshine's also a great option for detangling manes and tails, but I find that Canter Silk, at least for my horse, it seems to actually soak into the hair and really condition the hair in addition to detangling it. And it doesn't quite get as slippery if you don't like that slippery feel. So Car & Day & Martin is an awesome brand, and this is a really special new sprayer that they just came out with that is a little bit easier to use. It's called the Equi 360 Mist Revolutionary Spray Technology. Should we give it a try? Let's see. Ooh, very exciting. All right. Next, I have also a brand new, nice and clean package of the peppermint bit wipes. These bit wipes are awesome. Not only are they great for cleaning your bit, and they come in a couple different flavors, so they're supposed to leave a little bit of flavor on the bit for your horse for your next ride, but they just work really, really well. Like even if you're kind of lazy like me and you don't necessarily clean your bit after every ride and you get those grubby edges, it works excellent to get the really sticky stuff off of your bit. I also use it on my tack. I use it on, if you have any rubber reins or any synthetic material, I have a thin line dressage girth and I wipe the whole girth down with these bit wipes and they don't leave any kind of residue, so love them. Let's see, moving on to some of the grooming supplies. This is a pretty grubby Oster mane and tail brush. I like this because it's got a really sturdy grip. My Morgan has a long, flowy mane. There's a lot of mane to get through every day, so this just works really well. Pretty standard and pretty disgusting rubber grooming mitt, great for faces and legs especially. Also in the curry department, I've got this really tough curry comb that's got the big kind of massagey bristles, and my horse really likes to be groomed nice and hard, so this works great all over his body. If you have a more sensitive horse like a thoroughbred, you might want to go with something with softer bristles, or nubs. I guess they're not really bristles. Okay, 2 favorite brushes. There's a lot more brushes that we won't get into today, but these are my 2. If I could only have 2 brushes, these would be the 2. This I'm blanking on, I think this is called the Easy Clean brush. And the reason I like it is, it's kind of hard to tell because mine's so worn out, but one side of the brush has stiff bristles and one side of the brush has more medium to soft bristles. This side are synthetic, this side are natural horsehair. And it's actually at a little bit of an angle, so you can kind of flip the brush over depending on which side you want to be hitting the horse's coat first. And if you're like me and you are always in a rush, after work, you just want to get your horse, knock the dirt off, get your tack on, and spend most of your time riding and not quite as much time grooming day to day. This thing really does save a lot of time, and it's just less brushes to deal with. I'm also obsessed with the super cheap mini Beastie brush. There's a bigger size as well. It's just a really good stiff to medium bristle brush, and for a horse like me who really likes to be groomed firmly and he's always itchy, this is his favorite brush. So this is actually a brand new one because I just replaced the one I had. I also can't live without a shedding blade. My horse is obsessed with being itched and scratched, and we actually use this all year round. Even when he's shed out, he loves to have his belly scratched, so this is kind of more of like a bonding tool, if anything. Let's see. I guess I'm a fan of wipes because these are just some Huggies natural baby wipes. I try to choose the ones that don't have added scent or, perfumes or fragrances. But I just always have baby wipes in my grooming bag. I like them for like really dirty nostrils or goopy eyes, or just kind of like sticky spots on your horse that you just want some kind of wet wipe to help clean them off a little bit. So I kind of always have those handy. It's great if you spill stuff as well. Let's see. Okay, talking a little bit about hoof care. I think I've done another blog. I definitely did a blog about my battle with thrush, and this is my product of choice. It's called the Healing Tree Hoof Magic Thrush and White Line Spray. Hoof spelled with 2 U's if you're looking for it on the website, but just any Healing Tree product on our site should take you to this. I really like this because it's a tea tree oil formula. So if you have a really serious case of thrush, first and foremost, make sure you're working with both your farrier and your veterinarian. You may need some actual medication for treatment if it's serious enough. Hopefully it's not. But once you get through that phase, or if you're just kind of keeping thrush at bay day to day, it's really good to use a more gentle formula. And tea tree oil is great because it's naturally antimicrobial and antibacterial, but it's also a lot more gentle on the tissues of the foot than some of the really caustic thrush treatments. So that's why I prefer using this day to day. I also really like that this formula has a sprayer that you can get into a stream, because my horse only seems to get thrush in his central sulcus of the frog. So I really like to stick the sprayer right in that central sulcus and kind of get some of the liquid right down in there. So this has worked great for me. Speaking of hoof care, this is my hoof pick of choice. This is the Ultimate Hoof Pick, which we sell, and it's just awesome. It's got a really sturdy grip, a really big, strong pick at the end, and honestly, once you go to this hoof pick, you're not going to go to the cheaper, kind of flimsier options that are out there, because this is just going to last so much longer, and it just has a lot more leverage to really get stuff out of the feet very well. I, however, have to say that my favorite hoof pick is a very special one that was hand forged for me by my dear friend Danvers Child, who is a certified journeyman farrier who is also SmartPak's hoof health consultant. Danvers and I work together quite a bit, and I actually got to watch him make me this beautiful hoof pick from a piece of bar stock at the forge, and so I will definitely always treasure this one. But for those of you who have to choose from hoof picks on the SmartPak website, I really recommend the Ultimate Hoof Pick. I also have another hoof tool, not something that SmartPak sells, but this came from another farrier friend of mine. This is a really awesome wire brush from Anvil brand, which is another farrier brand. So when I'm doing my topical thrush treatments, I really get the feet nice and clean by using a nice stiff wire brush like this. You could pick this up at a variety of places, and I had never really used a wire brush until I had this one, and then I thought, how did I live my life without this? You do have to be a little careful because it'll kind of scratch you up, but it works great. Okay, and then my friends at SmartPak know that I would be remiss to talk about anything on any video of any sort if I didn't talk about supplements, because I'm a supplement nerd. So last but not least, I have a few tubes of Smart Digest Ultra paste. Smart Digest Ultra is the foundation product of our Colic program. It is our amazing hindgut health supplement that has prebiotics, probiotics, enzymes, and a whole bunch of really beneficial ingredients to help the horse's hindgut better deal with day-to-day stress. And first and foremost, if your horse isn't already enrolled in Colic, it's an awesome free program, and you can get a daily form of this supplement in SmartPaks, and then you can be eligible for free colic surgery reimbursement. So definitely check out Colic. We'll link it below. But I also really love to keep some tubes of the paste version of that formula on hand at all times. It's the same as the daily formula, but for those days where maybe your horse has a little bit of loose manure or has kind of a stressful day, something weird happens around the barn and he's just a little out of sorts, for whatever reason you think his digestive system might get a little upset, it really can't hurt to give this a try. The other thing that's so awesome about Smart Digest Ultra Paste is the flavor and aroma. Like all Smart supplements, there's no added sugar whatsoever, but we use some great flavors. And this particular formula has butterscotch flavoring and aroma to it. Because most horses are a little averse to being given any kind of paste, probably because they associate it with deworming, give it a couple times, but I promise you, once your horse sees this tube coming after he's had it a few times, he is gonna love it. My horse literally stretches his neck out and opens his mouth to have his dose of this. I call it his butterscotch pudding, and he absolutely loves it. I actually use it as a treat after some of our rides because it makes him really happy. Also makes me happy because I love supplements. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you want to see what other SmartPackers have in their grooming totes, check out our playlist. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all the amazing videos we have available for you, and have a great ride.